What we got going on here? What do you have plugged in there? What are you doing?
Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think?
Flashback time?
He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything, and now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So, he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark.
Yeah, I see your freaky test tube babies behind you. What's going on here, dude?
Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm.
Interesting.
Says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet. He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately, he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest. He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc Puff is up next. Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity.
We have not met Wiz yet.
He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Alright, so Gil was not the person that we need to talk to up there.
Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Hopes to see you again.
Might take advantage of that. I was not expecting this weird space station cryopods leave the planet turnout here. I guess that's a way to get the bad ending and still have your character live, or maybe there's no good ending. There could be no good ending. So there's something we missed while we were up here that we should not have missed, and we are gonna go and get it. I mean, Pastor, really? You're gonna make me walk all the way out of here. All the way out. That's infuriating. There should not be a cave that I cannot fast travel out of. Insane. Insanity. Ridiculousness. Also, we're probably going to offer one of those seeds to Nova, because she's one of the more likable characters I've ran into so far, and she'd love to go to space. That would just tickle her in all sorts of ways, I imagine. Can I fast travel now? Please, let me fast travel. Thank you. We walked right by this before, and I didn't even think to look up here.
Right?
That depends on who you ask, narrator. So it's that way? Yeah, we want to go that way. This should make our lives a little bit easier. Yeah, I'm sure you're really upset about my existence. Not overly worried or concerned with you right now, though. Almost there.
Looks like some solid wood scrap there.
That's something over there. What are you? What are you? Game is full of distractions, man.
Fang Shelter 9J. No one builds these like the Oxenol used to.
Oh yeah, my favorite. The two of them. My favorite would fight them. Oh, they hurt so much, man. So far, they are one of the most frustrating enemy types in the game. Not the most. That was taken by the barrel guy we ran into a few episodes ago. Definitely. He was, hands down, the most annoying.
Serious this is if you want to have any effect on it.
Is that a relic? Is that a relic we just found? It is a relic shotgun, nonetheless.
Nice find.
I know what we're putting together. What are these boxes for? This is another one of these boxes. We need to figure out the side quest. Let's just open these. There's like 7 of those that we just had to leave behind, and I know they got something in them. I just know it. I'm gonna take a second and put together that shotgun, because we got a relic one. Let's try it. I'm interested. Alright, so we cannibalized that auto rifle we made in exchange for a shotgun. Got some relic parts going on it. The muzzle is a relic, and the chamber is a relic. It is a saw blade gun, which we've had limited luck with before, but let's try it out. I bought the moves for it. We'll see how it does. The damage rating on it is over $1,000 at its peak at the moment, so it could be really funny.
Blimp Station, home of the notorious Lobo. took care of it.
I don't know, man. Like, that feels good and all, but when I do this, look at the damage difference from even a second of using this gun combo we have going on. I truly feel like the pistols might be best damage for what they are.
Yeah.
If I get a relic chamber for...
Take care of it.
If I get a relic chamber for the single shot rifle, I'll try it. I'm not confident in the results, though.
I'll bet if you poke around here, you'll find Lobo working on her gull blimp. Passengers used to board and leave blimps here up until they couldn't see through the smog anymore. Not everyone could afford it, but once you're in a lifty blimp, you can pretty much go anywhere you like. Keep your eyes open, and you might find a new track around here.
Wasn't obvious. We're going for a blimp as a mount. Hopefully, it'll just let us summon it wherever we want. We can use it to kind of expedite the process of how we've been playing. Alright, Lobo. What can I do to convince you to sell me a blimp?
Lubs ain't the easiest tongue, but at least Lobo's peppy and seems happy to see you. You might remember her from the old days when she let you ride the wind in her gull blimp. She believes you were so righteous as a child and can still feel it, even from where she is standing. She can sense you're still catching up with your own story, or at least your part in it, and she wants you to know that friends can help you add context to that tale and find the meaning in it.
And it's a really good thing she can't smell all the blood of the murdered small animals that I've strewn about over how good my character is.
You left for a reason, and she guesses you're back for the very same, to get revenge on Lupa Lupin. Lobo says memories are your personal history. You filter them not through who you were, but who you are now. She knows you're back to take on Lupa Lupin. That's your history colliding with your present to help you forge your future. She's affected that even if that disaster knocked the air right out of you, you never let that stop you. You caught your breath and stood back up again. It's important you don't let your history determine your course of action. She suggests you choose your own horizons.
So if I say I want revenge, I should get dark points.
She believes you deserve retribution for what was done to you and your family. Lobo says the gull blimper had the wind knocked out, so she needs a new push gas can to get it back up in the sky. There's a Frankendog from before the long gone still out there somewhere, and mechanines like that are motored with gas. If you could find the Frankendog and lead it back to her, she'll be able to drain gas from its container and huff up the gull blimp.
What the hiffle is a Frankendog?
She's not surprised. It's a strange name to give anything, especially a mechanine. But rumor has it its inventor was barking mad.
Har har. It'd get dark. Also, Lobo here, I don't know how many people are going to understand this reference, but she's giving me some serious gadget vibes from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It was a show back in the 90s, a cartoon.
The tribes need someone to unite them.
Let me get these birds out of your way here. Find the Frankendog. So this is our new priority number one is to get this done. I forgot to line myself up with my waypoint so I can find it easier. That way. Where is it at? That's over it already. Where's it at? Right there. I'm really concerned as to what a Frankendog is. I'm concerned about a lot of things in this game, man. They really, I know I've talked about it a few different times, but they took some creative liberties with this game, and I'm not all too confident about their choices. Some of the stuff is cool, like this guy right here, Feathered Rhino, pretty awesome. But other times, I'm really not sure what they put in their Cheerios that day, because, oh boy, I don't think it was milk. For that matter, it might not have been Cheerios, so... Probably just a small one. Seems to be that the small critters that make big critter sounds, and the big critters that make really big critter sounds, it's, How much damage?
Maybe you can relax in the hot and grot. This is all
Why not?
about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you.
You know what? We're gonna turn the narrator down. I've had enough of his sass. Where's that at? You under audio? Narrator, frequency. We're gonna turn the narrator down. Not all the way to 0. Let's turn it down to 15. And see how that does for us. Okay, and there should be a superb loot in here, which, hello. Hello! Now we can leave. Kinda hoping this would be a shortcut up the top of the hill, to be honest. Oh, that's Bob. Bob has problems. Ooh. They just do so much damage. I really wanted to try the other guns, but after the 2 different high-quality weapons we put together, I even spent skill points on them. Because I figured maybe the moves would be where the power from the gun came from. It just didn't work. Which with the shotgun, that relic chamber we got might have just been bad. I noticed that the saw blade weapons tend to fall off a little bit. What do we got going on? I want the fast travel point. Yes, I know we're going the wrong way.
Always comes in handy. That's Punchy's place up in that little blimp.
I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I wanted to pee on the pole right next to you, right in your personal space. Anything worthwhile. Don't like the saw blades, unfortunately. Nothing good. It's a fun idea. They don't function as well as I want them to. It'd be different if they had like a really high crit rate and maybe hung out on the enemy for a little bit longer than they do. I just don't feel like they're super effective. They're fun, just not nearly as effective as the lined up cannons we currently have. Probably not the most efficient way to get up this hill. Or maybe it is. Let's find out. Ah, yep. Come on. It worked out in the end.
Got to be frank with you, a building like this doesn't come across as a doghouse, but it is. Nothing's more important right now than this.
I also agree with you, narrator. I also thought we turned you down. Okay, free fall, simply pressing. Alright.
You need to replug the cables so each match the sequence.
What do we got? That's almost good. That's good.
Nice. That rearrangement should be enough to let in.
Yes. That's enough to actuate the actuators and wang doodle the doodle wangers. I got it. We turned on the elevator. Horrible clown guns. They're so effective, though. Actual Robo-Dog. Lead the Franken-Dog to Lobo. Do I actually have to walk you all the way there is the question. We gotta walk the dog before we get the blimp, apparently. I like to stick you in this? No? Alright. Right by the elevators there. Gonna get in the elevator? Oh, this is gonna be a journey! How is he gonna get down that? Can I use the mount? Will you keep up with the mount?
Is your mount paying attention?
Probably not. Seems like he's keeping up with the mount. We gotta shoot for that break in the wall right there. Keeping up okay? It looks like he teleports to keep up with us while running, but not if we... not if we fast travel, though. Fast traveling is no good.
You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo-Choo here. Might not need that now, but you will later. Let's see.
In a society where everyone pees on poles.
Choo-Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him. Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path.
Oh. Funny you should say that.
He wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on? Likes your sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Seems like the world came out of its rut and is chugging toward higher ground again. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the...
All the train puns!
As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo-Choo. He's been off track since the world started
Choo-Choo
dying.
or Choo-Choo-Choo?
He's trained his mind.
He's told me
to
two different
stay
things.
Positive, regardless of the situation. Thinks that's fine, but there's no path in this world that's not been already made. Says the Myriad tribe is known for their spiritual light. Says goodbye.
That's all? That all? Kinda hoping we, you know, unlock that train as something. Well, there's a thing right there that we can get from him.
Happy you went down to the side. Glad to have someone powerful on their side for what.
I know what we're supposed to do with that, but we can't do anything with it right now. Actually, probably one of those situations where, like with, what was his name, Trem, where we needed the scissors for Trem, but we had to have his quest to get the scissors from the clothing maker, but when we got to the clothing maker, we had to do their side quest to buy the scissors from them. So it's probably something like that. Might even be involved with the blimp we're going for, which would be really convenient, seeing as we just got the fast travel point unlocked for it. What errand are you going to have for us next, Lobo?
Kadi. Walikebu. Alamaku. Kuzuma Lamate.
With the push gas can in place, the gull blimper is ready to go all the way up. But it'll also need to come back down.
Go on! Helipack? This a backpack? This is a backpack. A lot of energy regen on that.
She says that with fresh push gas, you'll need a heavier tie-down to anchor the gull blimper. Lobo says she spotted a vessel on the surf when riding the sky last, and from the look of it, it had a heavy tie-down weighing it down. You should return as soon as you've retrieved the tie-down, as the gull blimp can't take off while this whole thing is up in the air. She calls it a float and explains it was used to travel the surf. The bigger ones could go really far out.
Yep. Take a look at that backpack. Has some crazy stats on it. Lose out on some other things. It actually functions, though? That is cool. I was not expecting that. Not for very long. Hold on. Does that mean that the backpack functions as well? The space pack. Does function as well? It does not. So only relic gear probably is going to end up being unique like that. See, I'm a little concerned about where she's sending us, because we've done a lot of drowning out in that direction. I like that effect for double jump. I don't know how I feel about the rest of it, though. Very big, very bulky. Rude. Also rude. Yeah, it works in the bubble. I don't know if we're gonna keep on using this backpack or not. I'll leave it on for a little bit, but it's actually, it completely replaces the double jump.
Stay on top and you'll be fine.
We're definitely not gonna get rid of it, because I'm sure it has its uses in different places. Like, we may even need it to get into the ship she wants us to go to over here. We ever check this out? I'm gonna assume no, since there's a totem right here.
Charge 'em. Bang shelter 10J. Looks as solid as the day toxin old built it.
Oh, the two of them? Yeah, there are. there's just some enemies in this game that are not worth getting close to hit. The best kind.
Sure you want to be out of fun?
Short little diversion there. Oh, looks like we can use it to get to our boat anyway. Ooh. Okay, affecting it completely replaces the double jump. Changes how we move.
Turn the notes to raise the tie down and stop it from falling. That's good. Now better head back to Lobo and get that weight off your shoulders.
Right, back to Lobo we go.
Sifu Kuma. Dukupa Lama.
Now that the push gas and tie down are in place, Lobo says the Gull Blimp can go both up and down. You're ready for takeoff.
Thanks, Lobo.